Okay, so let's continue with our training part. So
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to share my screen, and yeah, this is no, network attack. Yeah, this, this one. Okay, so yesterday we learned about this network attack, which is an unauthorized attempt to access, disrupt, or destroy a computer's network or its resources. And the network attack can be launched from a single locations or multiple locations and can be carried out using a variety of techniques and tools. Now, in this sessions, we have completed most of the topic from this thing, but network attack techniques are different. Like here you can see this is from the network sniffing tools, MITM attack, law of instructions, then DSCP, MAC spoofing, all these terms with. Like the first part, you can see we have this network sniffing. So network sniffing, sometimes also known as a packet sniffing, and it is a process of monitoring and analyzing the network traffic to capture and examine the data packets being transmitted over a network. And we have two different kind of network sniffing, like the passive sniffing, means it involves monitoring the network traffic without interfering with it, or active sniffing, which involves injecting the traffic into the network to manipulate the flow of packets. Now, then how we can prevent and detect this network sniffing part? So for prevention, you can use encryptions to protect data packet from being intercepted, and or you can implement the secure protocol such as HTTPS, SSH to protect the data in transit. You can use firewall to block the unauthorized access to the network. Uh, Monitor the network traffic regularly to detect any suspicious activities. Or you can use intrusion detection system to detect and alert on potential network threat. And if we talk about the consequences of network sniffing, then this network sniffing can result in the theft of the sensitive data, such as the password, credit card number, and personal identifiable informations. Now, just a second. Okay, you go also join the session. Hi, Hugo, how are you?
Hello.
I think you were absent yesterday.
Yeah, I couldn't join yesterday. I was out of town.
Okay.
I was rushing back to make sure I remember to join today.
So I'm just like reversing with the previous content. Okay.
Mhm.
So not to worry. We'll cover these things also. So after network sniffing, the next we have this MITM attack. See, MITM attack is known as man in the middle attack. Means it is a type of cyber attack where an attacker intercepts and alters the communications between two parties, often to steal the sensitive information or inject the malware. Now, how this MITM attack works? So the first is interception, means the attacker intercepts the communications between the two parties, such as the users and a website. Second is eavesdropping. So this is a very common word in cybersecurity. Means here the attacker listen in on the communication, gathering sensitive information. Or tampering means the attacker alter the communications, injecting malware or modifying the data. Or impersonations means the attacker impersonates one of the parties, making it appear as through the communication is legitimate. And we have lots of different type of MITM attack, like Wi-Fi eavesdropping, like attacking Wi-Fi network to intercept the communication. Then HTTPS spoofing, like creating a fake HTTPS certificate in, or you can say, to personate a legitimate website. Or DNS spoofing means manipulating the domain name service, the responses to redirect users to the malicious website. So we use lots of different techniques in this MITM attack, like ARP spoofing, means faking ARP responses to associate an attacker's MAC address with a legitimate IP address. Or DNS cache poisoning, means manipulating the DNS cache entries to redirect user to the malicious website. Or certificate impersonations, means creating a fake certificates to impersonate a legitimate website. Or the malware injections, means injecting a malware into communications to compromise the devices. And for security, you can use HTTPS, which ensures the website use the HTTPS to encrypt the communication. Then verify the certificate. Hence, verify the website's certificates to ensure this authenticity. Or you can use the virtual private network to encrypt the communication. So these are the very important terms. And if we talk about the consequences of MITM attack, so the first is the data theft, means MITM attack can result in the theft of the sensitive data. MITM attack can inject the malware into the devices. MITM attack can result in the financial loss through the stolen credentials or manipulated transactions. Even MITM attacks can damage an organization's reputations and erode a consumer trust. After this, yesterday, yeah, hi Abrar, can you please mute yourself here? If you have any questions, then you can ask your questions here. Thank you. Now, after this, yesterday, we completed this lawful interceptions. Means, in simple word, we can say this lawful interceptions refers to the process by which the law enforcement agencies or other authorized entities intercept and monitor the communication, like such as phone calls, email, internet traffic, in accordance with applicable laws and regulations. And the main purpose of this law enforcement is to get the first criminal investigations, means this law info interceptions is used to investigate and prevent the crimes such as cyber terrorism, organized crime, or you can say cybercrime. Second is national security, means it also protect the national security and prevent the threat to public safety. And the third is like compliance with court orders. Means this lawful interceptions is used to comply with the court orders or warrants that authorize the interceptions of communication. Now, we have some different type of lawful interceptions. Like the first we have targeted, means which connects two or more network in the same geographical location. Then remote breach, which connects two and more networks in different geographical location. Then wireless breach, which connects two and more wireless networks. And the fourth, transparent breach. Means any guesses? No one?
Remote breach.
Say means like interceptions of communication in real. a real time. So yesterday, like I told you about some CALIA, Miscommunications Assistance for Law Enforcement Act. So this is a kind of law, US law, that requires a telecommunications agencies or carriers to assist the law enforcement, these agencies with interception. Also told you about this uh, European Telecommunication Standards Institutes. So this is for the European Standard for lawful interceptions. So we have the various national laws and regulations govern interceptions. Now, after this, yeah, we learned about this DSCP attack. Means this is known as dynamic host configurations protocol. Dynamic host configuration protocol. Now, this DSCP attack is a type of cyber attack that targets a network's DSCP attack that um, you can say which is responsible for assigning the IP address and other network setting to devices on the network. And we have three different type of DSCP attack. The first DSCP starvation attack means an attacker sends a large number of DSCP requests to the DSCP server, exhausting its available IP address and preventing the legitimate devices from obtaining an IP addresses. Second is DSCP spoofing attack means an attacker sends a fake DSCP responses to devices on the network and providing them with incorrect IP address and other network settings. And the last one is this DSCP DOS attack means an attacker sends a large number of DSCP requests to the DSCP server and overwhelming it and preventing it from responding to the legitimate request. Now, the technique which we used for this DSCP attack is the first IP address exhaustion. Means an attacker sends a large number of DSCP requests to exhaust the available IP address on the network. Second is MAC address spoofing. Means an attacker spoofs the MAC address of a legitimate device to obtain an IP address and gain access to the network. And the third is DHCP options manipulation. Means an attackers manipulate the DHCP options sent to devices on the network, providing them with incorrect network setting.
Sorry, excuse me. The ones we have up there for dynamic host configuration protocol, are they all DHCP or is that a topographical error? Or are we having a DCCP, DCHCP?
Okay, sorry, my spelling mistake.
Okay, I just want to make sure so that if
Yeah, my spelling
they're all
mistake.
the same DHCP, right?
Yeah,
Okay, the other one too, CHCP, so
yeah,
that's D too.
yeah, yeah. DHCP.
Okay.
And DHCP options manipulations means an attacker here manipulates the DHCP options sent to devices on the network and providing them with incorrect network setting. So the question is then how we can protect us from the DHCP attack. So first of all, implement the DHCP snooping. Means DHCP snooping is a security feature that actually monitor the DHCP traffic and prevent the unauthorized DHCP servers from assigning the IP address. Or you can use the IP source card. It is also a security feature that filters the incoming traffic based on its source IP address and the MAC address. Or you can configure the DHCP server to use a secure authentications and authorizations mechanism such as IPsec. Even you can also monitor the DHCP traffic and you can find the suspicious activities such as a large number of DHCP requests from a single device. So if we talk about finally like about these consequences of this DHCP attack, so obviously the first part is like a network disruptions means a DHCP attack can cause a network destructions, preventing devices from obtaining an IP address and accessing the network resources. Second is unauthorized access means the DHCP attacks can provide an attacker with unauthorized access to the network and allowing them to steal the sensitive data or launch the further attacks. And the last one is denial of service. Means the DHCP attack can cause a denial of service, preventing a legitimate devices from accessing the network resources. Now, after this, we learned about the MAC flooding. So yesterday we also talked about the MAC, so we are skipping that part. So this MAC flooding is a type of network attack that involves sending a large number of fake MAC addresses to a network switch and causing it to become overwhelmed and unable to function properly. Now, it works in a four different ways. The first, attacker sends a fake MAC address. Means a large number of MAC address to the network switch. Then switch becomes overwhelmed, means the switch becomes overwhelmed by the large number of MAC addresses and is unable to process them. Then third is switch fails open, means the switch fails open, allowing all incoming traffic to be forwarded to all ports on the switch. And the fourth is network becomes vulnerable, means the network becomes vulnerable to unauthorized access and eavesdropping. So how we can prevent these things? Like you can implement a port security on the switch to limit the number of MAC address that can be learned on a single port. Or you can use the MAC address filtering to restrict access to the network based on the MAC addresses. Or you can monitor the network traffic just for getting the suspicious activities, searching for the suspicious activities such as a large number of unknown MAC address. Or you can use intrusion detection system to detect and alert on MAC flooding attacks. So the consequences of this MAC flooding attacks is like the MAC flooding attack can cause a network disruptions, leading to downtime and lost productivity. Or unauthorized access means the MAC flooding attack can provide an attacker with unauthorized access to the network and allowing them to steal the sensitive data or launch a further attack. Then eavesdropping means the MAC flooding attack can allow the attackers to eavesdrop on the network traffic and intercepting the sensitive data. Okay, every time I'm speaking about this eavesdropping. So Hugo, can you tell me what you understand with this term eavesdropping? Hugo, are you there?
Yeah, so what I understand by the eavesdropping. Is that what it is?
Okay, legally. Yeah, Imtiaz, can you say? What is the meaning of this eavesdropping? You're on mute.
Oh, okay, no, I think I'm not on mute. I can hear you. I think it's
Okay.
everything to do with encrypting IP addresses or some kind of the network.
No.
Has to do with security.
No. Anyone? Abrar, you? Okay, anyone? Muhammad, you? No one?
Just using the same English understanding of what eavesdropping means. They've been listening to someone else when they're having a conversation and you are tapping what they are saying. I think it's where that word was derived from. So tapping other people's information or communication through a device, like something like that.
Yeah, you're right. Good. So
I'm not getting
eavesdropping.
the point. That is why I'm confusing.
Okay, my question is like, what is eavesdropping in cybersecurity? What is eavesdropping? This, this tip. Okay, no one, I think.
Yes.
See, in simple word, you can say it is like act of secretly listening to, reading, or intercepting the private communication, such as conversations, email, or messages, without the consent of the parties involved. And we have lots of different types of eavesdropping, like passive eavesdropping, like intercepting the communications without alerting or disrupting them, or active is like eavesdrop, means intercepting and altering or disrupting the communication, or some physical eavesdropping, like intercepting communications through the physical means, such as bugging, or electronics eavesdropping, means intercepting communications through electronics means such as hacking or network sniffing. So this one is all about the eavesdropping. Now I'm giving you this file.
How to listen if different country have different language? So is there a interpreter or how
Of
they?
course.
Interpreter you can use, you
Of
can
course.
use encryptions and decryptions method to get the informations about this thing. But in network, see, every person are getting the same interface, the same protocol informations. So nothing you will get a new over here. The packets are same through the entire working part. Most of the applications and software, they follow the same like universal language to work with the following things. Okay, so if there is any tool or hardware, most of the tools and hardware support English language. So there's no any differences, like you cannot get the informations in the other information. But yeah, for your convenience, you can change the following path into your local languages. Technically, all languages are same. Okay. Now, I'm giving you this file. Just go with this file. Okay, I'll give you 5 minute time to go through these things. And after this, we'll start with the next slide, which is Mac spoofing. Okay, so you have this file now. Go with the file. Okay, I'll give you 5 minute time to do these things. And if you have any questions, any single point, anything which you think like this is the important part, you can ask your questions after these things. So now you can download the file. I'm just giving you 5 minute time to do the activities. Okay. Yeah. Download this and 5 minute time only. Yeah, please do this fast. Thank you.
Hmm.
Okay. So, any person, any question? No.
Well, just maybe a clarification based on what I'm saying. I wanted to Google it, but then before I ask, they write a difference between HTTP and HTTPS. What does
Okay.
that SSL mean?
Mhm. See, this HTTP is known as Hypertext Transfer Protocol, whereas the HTTPS, yeah, include the secure part of these things. So both are protocol which we use for transferring the data over the internet. So major key difference between the HTTP and HTTPS is the encryption part. Means the HTTPS encrypts the data using the TLS or SSL, while HTTP does not. Second is the security. Means the HTTPS is more secure than HTTP because it protects the data from eavesdropping, tampering, and man-in-the-middle attack.
Sure.
Even the HTTPS verifies the identity of a website and ensure that the data is coming from the intended source. And the HTTPS is trusted by most browser and devices, but this HTTP is now often as the like the not secure part. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. Or anyone any question?
No question.
Okay.
Question.
So now Let's start with the next point, which is MAC spoofing. Now, the MAC spoofing is a technique used to change the MAC address of a network interface card or some kind of other networking devices also. And actually, this can be done to impersonate the another device. Hence, spoofing a MAC address can allow a device to impersonate another device on the network. Second is like the bypass security measures. So some security measures, such as the MAC address filtering, can be bypassed by spoofing a MAC address. Third is canceling the identity. Like spoofing a MAC address can make it more difficult to identify a device on a network. And we have different type of MAC spoofing part. Some are like the software based, means using some software tools to change the MAC address of an NIC. Then hardware based spoofing, means using the specialized hardware to change the MAC address to an NIC. Or firmware based, means using a modified firmware to change the MAC address of an NIC. I think for Windows, I earlier used a tool which is known as Technetium MAC address. Yeah, this one. But for Linux, I'll give you another tool list. So if you want to practice with these things, then you can download and practice with these things. But try to do these activities after the class. Okay. One more tool is there. I think SPWF spoof hyphen Mac. But practical, better I'll teach you with these things. This is for the Mac. But I'll give you the practical part. Now,
So we can download it, right?
yeah, you can download and do
Okay.
this activities.
Thanks.
Okay. So how we can prevent this Mac spoofing? So first, implement
I'm not getting how
MAC
to
address.
how can I exercise this one? Is that a reading or something doing something on it? I don't know.
You can download that software to change the MAC address of your system, but that is for the Windows user only. For Linux, we will have our practical part.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
just for practice, because see, these all are the practical part, and we are
Oh.
totally like right now speaking about or learning about the theoretical, miss the conceptual learning we are getting here. Okay, practical part we'll do in our upcoming sessions. Okay.
Okay, got you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Or the second options means prevention part is like use a secure authentication protocol. Then third, monitor the network traffic of like use intrusion detections systems. Now, the next is ARP spoofing. So ARP is known as Address Resolutions Protocol. And this ARP spoofing is a type of cyber attack where an attacker sends a fake ARP messages to a network and associating their own MAC address with the IP address of a legitimate device. So how this ARP like spoofing work? So first of all, this ARP poisoning, sorry, not spoofing, send means here the attacker sends a fake ARP message. Means they send the ARP message to the network and claiming to be the legitimate device or network devices update ARP cache. Means networking devices, including the router, switches, update their ARP cache with the attacker's MAC address. And the third is attacker intercepts traffic. Means the attacker can now intercept traffic intended for the legitimate device. So how we can prevent this? So see, first of all, if we go through the type of this ARP poisoning attack. So man in the middle attack is a part of these things, DOS attack, where this attacker uses the ARP poisoning to flood a network with traffic and causing a DOS attack. So to prevent these things, you can use the static ARP entities, like configuring the static entities to prevent the ARP poisoning or segment the network to actually limit the spread of ARP poisoning attack. Even you can also monitor the network traffic for the suspicious activities. And if we talk about the consequences of this ARP poisoning, then it allows the attackers to gain unauthorized access to a network. Then ARP poisoning can be used to intercept the sensitive data. Then ARP poisoning can cause the network disruptions and instability. Or sometimes the ARP poisoning can be used to distribute the malware. Okay. So this is a practical part. So we use basically EtherCAP to then Wireshark to do the activities. Okay. So now let's take a 10-minute break and then we'll continue with this DNS poisoning. Okay, so I'll mark the timer here. So go and have some water and then we'll continue with this thing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So how many of you have completed your assignment? Yesterday also I have given you a link to complete.
Computer, no, okay.
Only I have received content from one people.
Okay, sorry. Did you say you gave the link yesterday? Because I couldn't also find where to send. Did you give out the link yesterday?
Yeah, I've given you the link also. Yeah. Okay, so how many of you have submitted this thing?
I got the link to do the assignment I did, but
Mohammed, have you completed your task? Mohammed, you go. Okay, you go, I think completed.
Sir, I work by my handwriting. It says that right handwriting. So I was attaching the picture that I take in the morning. I don't know you are
Okay.
getting or no.
Okay.
It says by handwriting, right?
No, no, no. No need to write the things. You can also make a PDF, PPTs file.
Oh, I was made by handwriting because it says on the module it
Wow.
says. I, oh, I'm sorry for that.
No, no, no. That is also okay. Even I prefer writing the content.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. That is a good part. Okay, so try to complete this thing as soon as possible. So you can also submit this part to my team so that he can forward these things. Okay.
So Ranjan, how can I submit that assignment?
You can also send these things to my team. Okay, he will forward me.
Okay. Yeah, I have finished mine, so
Okay, then you can submit it here.
okay. Share this one. Yes.
Okay. No, it's okay. Okay, do this first.
Share.
I'm sorry, the other link, there is a Technetium that has to do with MAC address. Are we supposed to download that? Is it for just
Yeah.
study
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something we need to do with it?
You can download and practice your own. Okay. But practically, I'll teach you in our upcoming classes. Okay. So when I'll teach you with the Linux part, then we'll go with this practical part at time. Okay, so better we'll continue with our training part. Now, let's talk about a very new topic, which is DNS poisoning. Now, DNS poisoning. Yeah, here you can see. Is it visible? No? Hello.
The diagram on the screen is DNS poisoning.
Yeah, DNS. Yeah. Now, DNS poisoning and DNS spoofing both are same. And it is a type of cyber attack where an attacker corrupts the domain name system, cache, or responses to redirect the users to malicious website without their knowledge. Means you can say, like suppose there is a website like google.com, but in actually it is converted through the IP address so that the computer can communicate with these things. Like if I'll open command prompt here and type like ping google.com, so you can see here it is generating the IP address. But if I'll paste the IP address and enter, then it will open google.com here only. Means actually, when you visit a website, your device queries a DNS server to resolve the domain into its corresponding IP. So in this DNS poisoning, the attacker manipulates the DNS record to reroute the traffic from the legitimate domain to a malicious one. And they do the activities like to intercept the DNS queries. Means the attacker intercept the DNS queries sent by the victim. Then the attacker respond to the forced DNS responses that point the domain to a malicious IP address also. And the poison DNS entry gets cached on a victim's device or the DNS server. Then the future queries for the same domain result to the malicious IP. And users are unknowingly redirected to the phishing website to steal the credential and malware-laden website to infect their devices. Now, what are the impact of this DNS poisoning? So some of the users are redirecting to fake website to steal the credential or sensitive information. Like you can say a phishing attack. Even these victims are redirected to the websites hosting malicious software. Then service disruptions means the user cannot access the legitimate website. Or data interceptions means the traffic intended for the legitimate sites is redirected through the malicious servers. And but practical part we'll do in our upcoming session. So the question is how we can defense against this DNS poisons. So first of all, enable the DNS security. Okay, let me write the content here. Enable DNS sec means DNS security extension. So this adds a cryptographic signature to DNS responses to verify their authenticity. Then second is use encrypted DNS or monitor the DNS traffic Means we use some tools to detect the abnormal DNS patterns such as the unexpected IP address resolutions. And you can also sometimes remove the poisoned entry. So in most of the case, what we do, we try to use this ipconfig space / DNS. You can write, but do not type this part, otherwise maybe you will get disconnected. Okay, and sometimes you can use firewall and this IDS and IPS solutions for the more security part. So this DNS poisoning is a serious threat. Okay, that can compromise the user and network at a scale. So learning about this thing is also very important to go through with these points. Now, okay, so let me take some a quick quizzes, means a simple MCQ questions I'll ask from this thing. So for these things, let me share a quick whiteboard. Now, so first, question is from the network sniffing part. So what is the main primary purpose of this network sniffing in an unauthorized context? The first, to enhance the network speed, to capture and analyze the network traffic, to block the malicious packet, or to create a new DNS record.
The
This question is from everyone.
B should be correct. To capture and analyze network traffic.
That should be C, right? To miscellaneous packets.
B, B is in boy. I would say B is in boy.
Okay, so yeah, the right answer is B only. Okay, I'll give you the answer and with like descriptions also. Yeah. Now, the next question from this MIT material. Okay. So in man attack, the attackers typically modify the packet in transit between two parties, block all communication between two systems, destroy the data being transmitted, or only observe the communications without altering it.
I will go with the A. A is in apple.
Okay.
I think B should be my target. I'm thinking.
Or anyone? Okay. So the right answer is A. Now, the next question is from lawful interceptions. And this time I want answers from every people. Yeah. So we use this primarily for like hackers for surveillance, organizations for internal spying, law enforcement for legal monitoring, or cyber criminals to intercept the network traffic.
Answer would be C.
Everyone, please give your queries, give your answer.
Yes, I would go with B is in boy.
For me, C.
Go with B as well.
Okay, so right answer is, yeah, C. Now, the next question is from the Mac flooding. Okay, so what happens during a MAC flooding attack? The attacker spoof a legitimate MAC address, a Swiss scam table is overwhelmed, ARP entities are poisoned, and DNS records are corrupted.
A for me.
Okay, what about other people?
A is an apple.
Okay, 2 people. What about others? MTS, are you there?
Yeah, for me, A.
Okay, what about you, Kim?
I would think C or D. We'll go with C.
Okay, you go with C. So now, the right answer is B. I'm giving you the descriptions also. You can check it out. Now, the next question is from DNS poisoning. Yeah. So this DNS poisoning redirect traffic by modifying the victim's fiber rules, injecting malicious records into DNS cache, altering MAC address on the network, or flooding the DNS server with fake queries.
C.
C.
Okay, 2%.
B is in boy.
Okay, 3%.
For me, B. Injecting miscellaneous records to the DNS cache.
Okay. Now, the right answer is B. Now, a very last question. Preventing sniffing.
What is the difference between C and B?
What do you?
I think I'm not getting the point.
This one? From this? DNS poisoning questions? Hello?
Okay.
Your question is what? From this DNS poisoning? And you are confused about DNC or BNC?
The last,
Tell me, I'll.
for the last question,
Last person, I would go with A is an apple. A is an apple.
for the last question, For
Mhm.
me, B, encrypting all network traffic.
Again, A is an apple for me.
See, for the last questions, preventing a sniffing, the answer is B, encrypting all network traffic.
Hmm.
But someone like queries about this DNS poisoning means from this. So what is your doubt there? Can you please tell me? Please ask a doubt.
This guy is not.
He was asking the difference
Um,
between B and C for the question.
Okay, difference between B and C.
Yeah.
Okay. See, first of all, the difference between B and C means C. B means like injecting malicious record into DNS cache. Means, see, first understand the part. DNS poisoning, also known as DNS spoofing, and this works by inserting the false DNS record into a DNS server's cache. And these records redirect the legitimate domain queries to malicious IP address. Let me give example. Like suppose if a request, like user request example.com. So the DNS server might return the IP address of a malicious website instead of the correct one. And the scope is like a target DNS server or cache to manipulate name resolutions at the domain level. Means the purpose here is used to redirect user to malicious site for phishing, malware distributions, or the data theft. And this C means alerting MAC address on the network. Here, mechanism is like alerting MAC address, such as the MAC address spoofing, involves impersonating the another device on the network by changing a device MAC address. Example, an attacker could disguise their device as the gateway by spoofing the MAC address of the legitimate router. And it operates at the link layer and is unrelated to DNS. So the main, this one is used for the man in the middle attack to intercept or redirect the traffic. So in short, you can say the B, DNS poisoning impact the name resolutions process at the DNS level by manipulating the DNS record. And the C, MAC alteration affect the local network traffic at the MAC address level, typically for intercepting or redirect the packet within the LAN. Okay, so this is like a DNS poisoning focus on the domain name resolutions, while MAC address manipulations focus on hardware level identifications within the network. So both can be used for conjunctions for broader attack, but they serve distinct purposes. Okay. Understood? Now, I'll again give you this file and next chapter file also, which is about the OSI models. So that will be also very helpful. Just wait, I'm giving you this OSI models files also. Yeah. And please confirm after downloading this. Downloaded?
Yes, I'm able to download them on my end.
Okay.
I have them downloaded.
Same note, same. Yeah, that's why I'm saying the notes again. Additionally, I have shared this OSI models notes also. Okay, so before closing, anyone who want to ask any question?
Do we have homework this week?
No, nothing. Only just go with the OSI model because this one is very, very important chapter to understand. And most of the time, the company will ask you the questions from this part. So then I'll take a quiz. Okay, maybe upcoming Sunday, we will have our quiz on networking device, networking topologies, and on this OSI model, not from this part. Okay then. So let it be up to here only. Bye everyone. Take care. Have a nice day.
Right. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Bye. Bye everyone.
Thank you, Razan.
Bye bye. Bye everyone.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Bye. Bye bye.